my name is Justin OLNEY. I'm an EMT firefighter with Renton, and I would like to talk about our unique relationship that we have with entry-level EMTs and the training that goes into that. So we're the only program in the region that has a relationship with North Seattle College, which is a robust producer of entry-level EMTs. So no matter where they go on to work in the field of EMS and which fire department they go work for, they started their careers and their first experiences are on 8-hour shifts in Renton Fire and on Renton rigs. And I'm really proud of our relationship with local high schools and other academic settings that offer our students really unique experiences that they wouldn't get elsewhere. Really that early identification that somebody is a good fit for the fire department and a good fit for public service allows them an opportunity to go forward to their counselors, go forward to the people that they can help point them towards a career, and they find, again, really unique experiences and really robust experience to serve your own community here. It is not a difficult thing to talk people into wanting to be a firefighter. What we're really endeavoring to do as an organization that serves our community is build a pathway for young people who are interested in this career to really have an opportunity that's sustainable to serve this community. I think something that's often missed is that a lot of people look at what we do in a career in the fire service and EMS as a job, and it's so much more than that. It's a chance to intimately connect with the community, to really be your neighborhood fire department. We're proud to be your firefighters, we're proud to be your EMTs, and we're proud to be the ones that you look to when you have a time of need and when you're looking to extend a hand for help. We're proud to be the ones that take that.
Hi, my name is Keith Adams, and I'm a firefighter engineer EMT at Renton Regional Fire Authority. And 80% of our work is EMS, and that's why we're celebrating Emergency Medical Services Week. All of us are EMTs, and that's an emergency medical technician. And to get that qualification from the State Department of Health, it's about a 150-hour course or greater, sometimes 180 hours. We learn all about emergency medicine, and then we get put at a fire station and we go on calls. Sometimes you're on an aid unit and what generally people think of as an ambulance, but it's actually staffed with firefighters who carry firefighter gear also. But most of the time we're on a fire engine, and when the fire engine rolls up on a 911 call, people look at us strangely and think, why is the fire engine here? Well, it's full of EMTs and it's full of emergency medical equipment. We carry everything on our fire engine that an ambulance would have, and more sometimes. Part of our ongoing training and education program is quarterly we complete practicals, and so our education never ends. We're constantly honing it. We complete between 6 and 12 different medical modules in order to keep our certification with the State Department of Health, and we're constantly working on things. The patients that we see vary greatly, because we'll see literally pediatric patients from birth, and we complete obstetrics and gynecology modules. And we also see elderly people, so we complete geriatric training and how to interact with people of all different sizes and ages, all different kinds of medical situations. So an important reason why our training and education continues is because the medical field is constantly changing. Here in Renton, we participate in King County Emergency Medical Services and national and international studies like the Resuscitation's Outcome Consortium, which helps set the standards for CPR for both professionals and the public. All of those things happen because of studies we're running here in King County. So as EMTs, we're not doctors, but we're trained by doctors and paramedics. And they always coach us to treat our patients like family. And keeping that in mind, we want to stay on top of our education. We want to stay on top of the most current medical practices, both if you were my daughter or my son, if you were my brother or my sister, or if you were my mother or my father. We want the best for you and our community.
Hey everybody, I'm Dan Alexander. I'm the captain with the Renton Regional Fire Authority. I'm captain for FD Cares and also EMS. Of course, in the fire service, we love to help people and we respond whenever somebody calls 911. But sometimes people call 911 when it's not actually an emergency. They just need help with a problem that they can't solve. We call those low acuity responses. And in the past, the fire department goes out and does what we can and then we leave, but we don't solve the whole problem. Some of these folks who are vulnerable have complicated medical problems and situations, and they just don't know how to navigate that healthcare system. To solve that problem and help people get the resources that they actually need, we've got an FD Cares program. It stands for Fire Department Community Assistance Resources Education Services. It's a unique program that's part of our core essential services that helps connect people to the help that they need. Not only do we have a firefighter EMT on this unit, but we also have a nurse. It allows our firefighters to make referrals that go to a social worker, and that social worker connects with the nurse and the firefighter on the FD Cares unit. And that way, the vulnerable population that we have in the city can get connected to the resources and healthcare that they need, and they no longer have to call 911 wondering what else they need to do. It makes sure they get what they need, and it keeps our response operations rig ready for the next emergency call.
So one of the other opportunities that I have here as a firefighter is to work on the CARES unit. We handle lower acuity calls. One of the nice things about it, they're non-emergency medical calls rather than emergency medical. And we really slow down, and the caring and empathy that nurses have simply in the nursing field is kind of contagious. And as a firefighter, it's really nice to slow down and get to know these patients, and we end up spending more time than we typically would on a standard 911 call. We kind of work at getting to the bottom of what their problem is and try to help shore it up in the long term. We'll come back and visit them a day later or a week later and follow up with these people and really work on improving the quality of their life. And by doing that, we lower the number of 911 calls that they take.
Hi, I'm Chuck DeSmith with the Renton Regional Fire Authority. I'm a Deputy Chief of Emergency Medical Services and Safety, and I love medical. After a fire, material things can be replaced, but people are priceless, and this is why I love our medical work. When it comes to treating people, we are truly public servants, and it doesn't matter your background, your social status, we are there to treat you professionally. My job is to not only follow the Washington State and King County EMS rules and the standards for our training, but to exceed them. King County is known throughout the nation as having high standards for cardiac care. Next week we start EMS week, and I want to thank you all for your support. I want you to know that our folks will be there for you day or night to help serve you with integrity and professionalism. Thank you.